A Super Bowl winning team consists of 53 players. 53 players with 53 different stories. Here are three of them. Number 93, Nick Eason, came to the NFL in the 2003 draft. That weekend, he allowed a camera crew to document his introduction to pro football.
Hopefully I don't go no later than the third round, so hopefully I'll be going today. It was supposed to be just me and my family, and it turns out to be over 100 people at my house. To have to sit there through every single pick, second round, third round, it was embarrassing. We're going into the second day, and I'm like, uh-oh. I think the film crew that came did not make plans to spend the night. Just got to wait till tomorrow, man. Hopefully I go to the fourth round, you know. But then, the next morning, I got a phone call. Within 10, 15 minutes, the draft has started. I see I'm a Bronco.
It was a rough landing in Denver. Number 97 looked lost on the practice field. Then one day, he just vanished.
Disappeared early this morning. We're kind of looking for him. Hopefully it's nothing serious and we find him.
Man, not a good idea.
Me and all the teammates, we're very concerned because, this is uncharacteristic of Nick.
Scared a lot of people, scared myself. I'm like, I didn't know it would be a big deal. I just had a family emergency. I made a rookie mistake. I left at like 4 o'clock in the morning, didn't call. That was just like a bumpy start in the league.
Eason's die was cast in Denver. By the end of his second season, he was wearing number 98 for the Cleveland Browns. It was there that he first came across the Pittsburgh Steelers.
First down and 10, Roethlisberger again. Slides out of the pocket, stays on his feet, and gets rid of it. That's Nick Eason who comes out, gets the hit.
He fake pumps, and I'm thinking he just threw the ball away. So I grab him, let him go, and he has the ball still and throws it out of bounds. And everybody's like, what are you doing? What were you thinking? And we were up in this game and could have won the game. And so this is a huge play.
Pittsburgh scored on the drive and went on to win the game. But the Steelers saw something in the star-crossed defensive end and brought him in to meet new head coach Mike Tomlin when Eason became a free agent in 2007.
He looked so young, I thought he was one of the players. Like, I didn't know he was the head coach, and I never seen the guy. I never watched the news to see his face. I had no clue what he looked like. So I'm just standing there, and he's standing over there, like, looking at me. I'm like, yeah. And then I found out, I was like, oh, crap, this guy's the head coach. This is Mike Tomlin.
First impressions might not be his thing, but Eason got the gig.
You're laughing at 93.
By the time he donned his black and gold 93, number 49 Sean McHugh was well established in Honolulu blue.
Tight end from Penn State, number 49, Sean McHugh.
After bouncing around teams and cities, my third year in Detroit was when I just finally fit a role, and that's kind of where everything started for me. At one point, I was leading the team like in yards per catch at like 17 yards a catch or something.
2008 would be McHugh's fourth season in Detroit. He wasn't a star, but he found an NFL home.
My wife and I said, okay, well, let's get a house in Detroit. We liked the area we were in. It was comfortable. We'd been there, for the past 3 years, so we got a house. Made it through that final cut, and I was in there getting ready for really our first practice of that first week of the season. They called me in and say, we just took a running back off waivers. We got to make room. You're the one we're letting go. And good luck, see you later type thing. And that was it.
It was an eventful week for the McHughs, who'd been trying to conceive their second child.
It might have been the final cut day when we found out she was pregnant. So all of a sudden these things start to add up and you start, getting nervous and getting scared. And the next thing you know, we have a job with the Pittsburgh Steelers. The first thing pops into my mind, and my wife's funny, she goes, you have a chance to go to the playoffs now.
While number 49 got settled in Pittsburgh, number 61 was back home in Fort Worth, Texas.
I've been cut by the Steelers 3 times, and I went to the Seahawks for a week, so cut 4 times. I keep knocking on the door, but nobody's answering. You know, when does this come to an end? When am I going to get a chance? And then I just came to my realization that I may not ever have a chance, you know.
This is what Jared Redkowski was doing when the 2008 season began.
It was one of those things where I needed a job. The job market wasn't that good in Fort Worth.
Pittsburgher.
It was an innocent-looking punt in October that changed Redkowski's life.
2 of them. And the long snapper, Greg Warren, is shaken up.
My dad calls and says, hey, Greg Warren just got hurt. So I asked my dad, is he okay? He says, I don't know, he's getting carted off the field right now. 2 hours after that, Greg Warren himself called me and told me he was done for the year and have your agent call the Steelers and get up here. They told me I'd be on a plane the next day and I was gonna have to have a snap off with 3 other guys. Coach Tomlin was out there watching and they made us snap 30 or 40 balls and was kind of thinking maybe I blew it. And then one of the scouts, he'd come up to me and said, hey, let's go upstairs and sign some papers. And I just wanted to drop to my knees and cry right there. My first game was Monday Night Football against the Redskins. That's pretty nerve-wracking to come running out of that tunnel hearing that music. And, you know, you've never been there. You've just seen it on TV. I was so broke that I wanted to play, you know, 1 game, 2 games, get a game check. And I thought, I'll be okay. Well, after a couple games, I'm doing okay, and they like me, and I'm still here. And then we go on this run. It just seems like we find a way to win week in, week out. Just watching the defense.
In his second season with the Steelers, Nick Eason had become a steady contributor on that defense.
It was like night and day for me. I finally arrived. Here's heaven.
That's our defense.
I know some people are like, oh, he's over-exaggerating. No, I'm not. For me, it's heaven because of the adversity and things I've experienced before I got here.
By mid-season, Sean McHugh had also gotten comfortable. In Week 11, he was on the field for what appeared to be the last-minute game-winning touchdown against San Diego.
3rd and goal at the 4, I formation. Parker bounces it out left and gets into the end zone for the touchdown, but the referee throws a flag.
Offense, number 49.
Oh, heartbreaking. And, you know, I watched that play a few times, and I still don't think it's a holding call.
You know what? Sometimes when they flag you, you were holding.
I'm just like, are you kidding me? I could be the reason why we lose to the San Diego Chargers.
15 seconds left, and now the Steelers have to execute.
I just remember telling the offensive line, I was like, we got to buckle this up. Like, give them a chance to make this. Let's win this game and go home. And everyone started, you know, agreeing with me and yelling and screaming, and we were having a good time. And I kind of remember that as, like, I'm really a part of this.
Redkowski to snap it. The ball is down, the kick is on its way. That kick by Reed is up, that kick is good with 11 seconds to go.
As soon as that kick went through the upright, just like, okay, it's off my back for this week.
To be a part of that, to watch that ball split the uprights, I can't believe that I'm a part of this and that these guys want me here. We get in the playoffs, to be a part of that and see that, and, you know, I had the best seat in the house.
Go, baby, go, baby.
Flacco in the gun. He throws the pass, and it's intercepted. Pittsburgh Steelers are AFC Conference champions.
It was incredible. You know, you're looking around and you're thinking we're going to the Super Bowl.
I was so fired up, there was no way anybody was going to beat me out of that tunnel.
Let him go, baby, let him go, let's go! Let's go!
You know, I was more impressed by all the flashing of the lights. I felt like a little kid. I was just looking around.
One series at a time, one series at a time.
Sean McHugh wasn't good enough to play for the 2008 Detroit Lions, a team that didn't win a single game. But he was good enough to throw a lead block on the first touchdown of Super Bowl 43.
Come on, baby, put it in.
3 tight ends, one of whom motions right.
I can remember it exactly. I remember starting that left wing, you come across in motion, and we try to time it up so I can have a head of steam when I go for a kickout block. but I couldn't hear Ben very well. So I remember just kind of like trotting in place for a second, and then, you know, everyone starts moving.
They give it, and off the right side, plowing in for a Steelers touchdown is Gary Russell.
It worked just like you hope plays do, which doesn't happen often.
Sean McHugh comes across in motion from the left wing back. He leads up there. They push that sea of red right into the end zone.
I'm thinking, there's no way we're going to lose this. There's no way. I wasn't going to miss a beat. I had my camera down in the bag. I may never play in the NFL again, or I may never play in the Super Bowl again, especially. So Daniel Sepulveda, the punter, I was going to have him take pictures for me. And he's like, can we just win the game? I was like, we already won the game. And then as soon as I said that, I kid you not, the next play, Fitzgerald comes down the middle of the field, catches a pass, and just goes, takes it to the house.
Goodbye! Cardinals lead!
And I'm thinking, that did not just happen. I'm like, that's all on me. I just jinxed our whole team.
Not quite.
He scrambles around, throws it back corner of the end zone. Santonio with a touchdown! Santonio Holmes!
I'm so excited, I don't realize that we got to go kick an extra point. To be a part of that game, I might have only been there 6 or 7 plays, but I was there.
They all were.
Oh my goodness, man, we did it, baby. We did it. We did it. We worked hard for this.
You know, I wouldn't change anything because that's what makes this story great.
You know, there's only 53 guys a year that win the Super Bowl. And to be part of that, when you go from someone saying, well, we don't even want you on this 53, you know, for as long as I live, I'll still be trying to wrap my head around it.
I just wanted to hold that and kind of keep that moment. I didn't want to give it up. Like, that's so surreal. I can't believe that I was a part of that. You know, it's just, you know, you're just on top of the world.